Hashtag no music, no intro. Another episode of the Saints Block Party podcast. It is the annual schedule release pod. uh, Listen, man, I get it because the schedule being released in the NFL means that football is around the corner, right?
Football is back, baby.
So I get the excitement. And for us, before we even get into anything about the Saints schedule, respectfully bump the Saints schedule. That means it is official. The third annual Saints Block Party podcast meetup has already been decided. It was
Woo.
a landslide. It is the Saints Falcons game in New Orleans, the first annual block party podcast that coincides with the divisional matchup. And why
Mm.
not have it be the Falcons game to be the first
Yes.
divisional matchup that we are all at together? Yes, Jerry, it's a late,
Yeah.
late show because we work. Um, so exciting for that to be the meetup game. That game's November 10th. Festivities are hopefully going to get started around November 7th. That's also Veterans Day weekend, so most people will have that Monday off. My flight's already booked. Like, good, ready to go, bro. I'm
You
ready to
ready, man?
go. Also, the West Coast meetup, the Chargers game. The Chargers
Mm.
game is going to be on October 27th. So I will be organizing a West Coast meetup for the Chargers game. I already sent the inquiry to the Chargers about group tickets. Own it.
You
Own
own
it.
it, baby.
This is
Own it, baby.
this is what we this is what we do. This is what we do about the community. If you want to be a part of this, you have to be a patron. Like you have to be a
Every
patron.
picture. Got to be.
Dollar a month or a YouTube member. $4.99 a month. You know, to be a part of the community. And I already reached out to our venue for the meetup in New Orleans, bro. I got the confirmation today. Ryan,
It's happening.
happening.
It's happening.
Simple as
Ain't no
that.
if. It's happening.
Happening.
And listen, go to www.saintsblockparty.com. Look at the pictures from the last meetup. Look at social media. You can go back and find pics. Great community. If look, I'm telling you, I'm not just feeding you a bull.
No.
It's a great community, bro. Like, if you just want to meet, like, just cool Saints fans that's just down to earth, diverse from all kind of different
Woo.
backgrounds, race diversity, economic diversity, intelligent diversity, interest diversity, everything. Just every background you can think of. International. Man,
Look,
it's just
you hit on the
awesome.
international front. So this is also the meetup. Our dude Bayou. Our dude Bayou's been miss out on all the meetups. Bayou coming to the meetup.
Why you
Our
coming?
dude Alberto in Amsterdam. Ryan,
What?
Amsterdam. Alberto coming. Um, it's happening. It's happening. So we hope. I think I don't even know what the number of people we had last year. Maybe in the 40s or maybe like high 30s, maybe low 40s.
It
I
was
want to get to
bullets,
50.
man. It was
It was in
bullets.
40s. Had to be right.
I want 60 people. I want deep. Imagine all us rolling deep. Playing the Falcons.
Falcons hate week, nigga.
Here I don't care what the Saints record had at that point. It's the Falcons, and we beating the Falcons, and we rolling
Listen,
deep.
SBP meetup games 2-0.
2-0, baby.
So
2-0.
we beating the Falcons. It's happening. It is happening. So that said, just excited about it. So shout out to everyone in the chat: Mitch, Wayne, Chris, Dante, Mark. We get it, it's a late episode, but this is what Ryan and I do, man. Like we work we work full time jobs and we do this when we can.
Just
Shout
had
out
the
to
sale on
Brian.
yesterday. Listen, if you haven't watched the Great Cosell episode yet, go back and watch it. It is
Short and sweet.
just the stuff. I mean, short, sweet, and it's just what you need. Look over the schedule, get you right and ready.
get you ready. Before we get into the schedule, man, I feel like I don't even know like two things I want to talk about. I want to talk about the oversaturation of schedule release videos,
Oh,
just about the Saints one and just in general. But before we even get into that, like I think it's like we have to have like a serious conversation regarding um, this whole Harrison Buckner thing. Um,
oh,
the reason why I want to talk about it is that yes, it was tangential to the Saints when it was happening with the whole Deshaun Watson situation, but I don't even know where we are into this in this space of NFL vacuum and talking stuff. Right? I don't know where we are, but people listen to us, watch us, they listen to us, and so I'm not saying what we say matters a lot, but we have a voice, and I was thinking about this earlier in that being that we have a voice and we were very vocal of our not wanting Deshaun Watson to become a Saint. I was ready to change the. I was like, we just not gonna have a Saints podcast. Like it could be anything but a Saints podcast. I couldn't do it. I couldn't support it.
not a problem.
And I was serious about that. Um, so being like just to the best of our ability to be advocates, right? The Harrison Buckner thing it's at a precipice, and the thing is, and I tweeted this earlier, like this has been who Harrison Buckner has been like for a very long time. Like I didn't know that. I the only reason I knew he was this way is because Jay told me almost like 2 3 years ago.
Oh, bro, I had
Yeah,
no idea. No
she was
idea.
like she was like he's a piece of. Sorry, I gotta be a little mindful of the colorful language you use because we don't want the advertisers to not want to advertise anymore. We're trying to be mindful of that.
Gotta be mindful.
Had no idea about it. She broke it all down to me. He's bop 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 bop. So when all this happened, or maybe 3 4 years later after she told me, I'm not surprised, right? Not surprised in the least. But I I guess the conversation just starts with I don't know if the NFL or not even they put their statement out, but I don't know if the Chiefs are going to do anything
No,
because Andy Reid is the biggest enabler in almost all of sports.
you've been on that hill for a long time, bro. You ain't. I mean, the proof is in the pudding, bro.
Like whatever you want to say about the whole Mike Vick situation, he gave Mike Vick a second chance. Uh, Frank Clark, child abuser, Harrison Buckner, his own family. So when that's coming from top down, in this, I just recently said this. Harrison Buckner is like one of the best kickers in the NFL. So everyone's like wanting Patrick Mahomes to come out and say something. Everyone's wanting Taylor Swift to come out and say something. I would be shocked. That I'm not saying that their silence would be right, but I would be shocked if something were to happen, regardless of all this uproar. And it just sends such a terrible message to women. We've had Catherine Terrell on the podcast. We've had our girl Anushka on the podcast. We've had um, Sophia on the podcast. Really, just incredible women in their field. Um, Cynthia Freeland, and talk to them about the difficulties of being women in spaces that are largely male dominant. And this mf'er just fucking does this, and it's just like, oh, bruh.
I didn't even. I like. I heard. Read like a few bits and pieces of what he said, and I was like, as soon as I read, it, I knew exactly. I knew exactly what type of dude he is. You know what I'm saying? Just exactly who he is. He tries to color it with, intellectual words as if he's coming from some kind of principled and intellectual place, but it's just the same old bullshit, man. Like to me, I hate that he keeps getting shared, and I understand why people want to show who he is, and you want to get
Right,
the message out there. On the flip side, I'm like, I just hate, I just hate this message getting out. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't
right,
even want this
right.
message getting out. Period. I remember watching something.
You want to talk
I
about the other
remember.
message about he might been on the down low at Georgia Tech? We gonna talk about that message, or we gonna leave that message out?
Oh, I ain't see all that now.
That maybe old girl the beard. I'm just saying, Ryan. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying.
I ain't see all that. Like I said, I saw it and I was just like, whoop, I don't even want to know about it.
Right.
But it reminds me of like I remember reading a story um, back when they had the American Nazi movement, like not neo Nazis, but like a literal political party in
Mm,
America, the National Socialists of America, and they were followers of Hitler. This was like in the 40s, 50s, when like the Nazis were still around, and they had like a real political party in America. And they were pretty, substantially big. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
crazy.
And like, you know, a lot of the Jewish community, they got together with the New York Times and all the newspapers, and they said, let's just not talk about these people. Let's not give them any coverage. Let's not promote their ideas. Even if we criticize, let's just
Mm.
act like they don't exist. And that's a controversial move because
It
on one
is.
hand
It is.
you're like, we don't want to ignore this. We gotta,
Mm.
but and then it just mother way, and it kind of just disappeared. You know what I'm saying? Sure, there's a little some neo Nazis here and there, but the political party just kind of disappeared. And I just wanted, like, guys like this, bro. I just kind of want them gone. Like, I don't want to hear them. I don't want to hear that shit because people hear that shit, and some people are like, "Oh, that's gross," but then some people be hear that shit and be like, "Damn, this guy got
Oh,
some
he's
point.
spitting.
He's spitting. Let me look into this. Let me read more of that." Blah, blah, blah. And it just keeps growing. It's like Inception. You're playing the idea in your head. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So I don't know, man. It's crazy, but we know nothing going. I mean, the league can't suspend him. You know, they damn sure won't. They damn sure won't do a Colin
Sorry.
Kaepernick. They
No.
won't do no Colin Kaepernick on him. Uh,
Bro, hold on, bro. Luke in the chat just said okay now with an ellipses, bro. We were just Mark said Buckner better have the best kicking season ever because they're gonna try to fry him the second he misses one attempt. I hope he misses all of them, bro. Every single one of them. I I would love for the Chiefs to show some gumption and just cut him, but they also got like or like Reggie Rice on the team, bro.
you see right around here beating up promoters, leaving drugs or the hit and runs.
you
Wow.
know how like sometimes you tweet it like you just want like in the draft you just get like a thug like here and there, bro. Like the Chiefs took your idea and just took it to the extreme, bro.
They don't care. They just don't care, bro. Uh, it's
um,
gross.
it is it's very gross. Our girl Maddie did like a 5 minute YouTube video
Mm.
of her thoughts about it. Really good. I'll send it to you after the podcast for you to watch. But I just anyway, it just I felt like we just something we just needed to touch base on and what have you. All right, moving on. This team in New Orleans, 504, did a whole video about doing virtual interviews for their social media intern. Okay. We were the only podcast, media, whatever you want, whatever word you want to use, that brought that up 2 years ago that Doug Peterson was interviewed on Zoom. It became like a whole bit, right? Essentially. So then you have Mickey Loomis in the thing chewing gum like on purposely loud, and
Yeah.
Derek Carr saying like people on Twitter likes him, and I do Dante in our Discord said it perfectly. This team is so insecure in terms of what people think of them. Like they act like we don't exist as a podcast, but yet your bit was something that we've been talking about for like the last 2 years. Obviously we're on the radar, right?
On the radar, bro. It's hilarious, man. It's hilarious. Just the fact they listen to all the stuff people say. Mickey Loomis chewing the gum and all that. They listen to it. And look, I appreciate them for leading into some comedy with it. But it
The
also
deprecation of it.
the deprecation of it. But I also could tell that y'all listen too much. You know what I'm saying?
Too much, bruh.
It's like y'all worried about the wrong thing, man.
Can y'all, nigga, go win some games, please? Like, no, go win some games, please. Like, please, can y'all go win some games? Like, we gonna talk about this stretch, this week 2 to week 7 stretch.
Ooh, we
Chuckle on that, like. But it's just it's funny to me because, you know, yeah, I don't feel like I'm letting the cat out of the bag, but right, like, but we get denied for credentials for like not having a like a not enough of social media imprint, but yet like the stuff we say on this podcast becomes like a bit in a video. Okay, all right, I make it make sense.
make
Make
it
it
make
make
sense.
sense. Wayne said whole ass jobs on the line this year, and they want to joke about it. Ah. NFL schedule. I felt like the best way to do this. We haven't done this before. Trying to up our game in just numerous ways. Demon Time Slash said the week 2 to 7 stretch came straight out of hell. Here's the crazy thing about the schedule, Roy. They said that the Saints are tied, I think, with like the Falcons for having the second easiest schedule in the league.
It just shows you how the strength of schedule shit is bullshit.
And
Bullshit.
I know what's factored into it is because the Saints play the NFC South and they
Yeah.
play the NFC East, which had the Giants and the Commanders in it, and they were picking top 6 in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it is formulated, right?
Right. Right. Very simple. Rudimentary math.
When I found out they were playing the AFC West this season, I said, "Oh hell,
Yeah.
oh hell."
And
Um, so
people underestimate just how easy the schedule was last year. Like it was unbelievable.
break
The breaks.
after break,
Oh my god.
right?
Like
That
how could
Packers
we
game.
not get one of those schedules like in 2014 or something? Like damn.
I remember that Packers game in the inactives. It was like, oh, Jair Alexander is
Yeah.
inactive. Aaron Jones is inactive. There was another Christian Watson was inactive. Still lost the goddamn game, Ryan. It didn't matter.
Vikings, no, Jordan Jefferson. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, Kirk Cousins.
They got
Cool.
Ryan Shazier playing out there for the Vikings.
We good. Shit.
Narrator, we were not. Had Josh Dobbs doing this. Man wasn't even an emergency quarterback 3 weeks later, Nick. Like,
And people talk about Josh Dobbs' contract. What do they do about Josh Dobbs next year? Like what? Saints did that.
oh, I'll never forget that game, bro. In the preview pod, we were just like, man, you can't let TJ Hawkinsack beat you. You can't let him if all players man without had a career game. Sorry,
That's all I remember from that game. That and Jameis. That's all I remember.
um, okay, Mitch. All right, I'm gonna let Mitch be just the sun and shine. He said we're gonna go 3-1 in the against the AFC West, and
Let's
it's
go.
gonna be 5-2 straight out the stretch. All right, Mitch, I'm with it. I'm with
Off
it.
season,
Uh,
baby.
um, but I wanted to do. Dante said, "Fuck." He said, Dante said, "Fuck to the special on Dodge because of that game alone." He was never seen again. Man went to witness protection, bro.
Go.
He was getting interviewed by Aaron Andrews after that game, bro.
Gone, man. Crazy.
um, but I wanted to do this live. We always did it live, Tom, or sometimes we did it a little before. But now, like, I got a Google Sheet spread document, and so we just gonna go through these games and kind of see where we end up. Let me do total. Um, overall for the season, I've done it. Not during recording the podcast, and I know what my record I came from them was. let's see if it changes as I'm doing it in person. Brian said
Yeah.
we can go 3-1, and I can dunk with the trampoline on a 6 foot. All right, let's go. Um, so let's change a couple of things. Let's move that over here, and then I'm going to share my screen. All right, everyone good? Hopefully, hold on 1 second. This is what live podcasting.
Man, up there fine a little bit, man.
Oh, no, no, this old ass nigga can't.
42, bro. Hey. Damn. All right.
This old ass sound like my uncle. Like who? I
Can't see shit.
can't see that nigga. All right. One thing I need to do real quick. We got to figure out a way so we can start like live streaming the podcast episode from our Twitter account instead of mine. But hopefully,
You gotta,
uh,
gotta pay Elon probably.
I mean, I know exactly what the fix is. Anyway, so we got the. Here we go. All right. Good. Everyone good. Everyone can see that, right? All
Yeah.
right. Week 1,
Dub.
home against Carolina. What
Jeff
you got?
Duncan say that's a dub. Jeff Duncan say that's a dub, baby.
Oh, Nick, get him out of my face. Like it would be the most Saints things ever for him to fucking tweet that. And like I already know what's gonna be, bro. Like that tweet's gonna be printed out and put in the
Oh
Panthers
man,
locker room.
I already got it. I got it saved. I'm waiting. We can retweet this motherfucker.
As soon as the clock saying 0-0, it's
Okay, wait.
retweet. We both. I'm sorry, man. Like they gotta they gotta start the season with the win against the Panthers. The reason I feel confident, although the Panthers in was it not Amarumo because he's on the Bengals, but I forget the name of the Panthers defensive coordinator. But like he just does a. That was the game that led to Eric McCoy screaming at Derek Carr.
Yeah, sure
It was
was.
the Panthers game. So I don't. Bro, Mitch went from they gonna be 5-2 out of the stretch, and then he said if they lose week 1, fire D8 immediately. Bro, Mitch bipolar with the Saints, bro. um, I'm confident that they can because I think our dude Jeep said it perfectly. The Panthers have lost a lot defensively. They've lost
Yeah.
a lot defensively. And Brian Burns and who was it? Frankie Luvolo or who was
Yeah.
Luvu. This should be on paper, in theory, like this is a team you probably want to face when you are Clint Kubiak and you have Derek Carr and an offense, and you just want to try to get things right. Like it sets
Yeah.
up
In theory.
in theory, that this should be the game that you should do that again, be able to do that against. I'm giving them wins. We're not gonna spend too much time talking about this game, but anything that you want to
No,
add to that?
no, I give him a dub, man. But I do
Oh,
think it's. The, I just don't
the
think
league.
people should be like, oh man, dub.
Oh yeah.
Like, did you not watch? I know we can't carry over everything from last year, but did you not watch the Saints last year? I mean, the first game we played against Carolina was close. It was a close game. Yeah. And they were not good. I mean, the Carolina Panthers were not good. I do think they will be improved this year.
I do
How
too.
improved, I don't know, but I like the coach. Well, I like the potential of the coach. And I mean, Bryce Young was so bad. He can't be that bad. Like he can't be that bad. If they can get him to be average, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
so we'll see, we'll see. But I'll give him a
It'll
dub.
be.
I'm gonna give the Saints a dub here.
Brock made a good point. He said the Panthers are going to be running the hell out of the ball
Oh
early
yeah.
test for BC, I think. And because this game is week one, and Brian or Jonathan Brooks, who they drafted, who I really liked as a player,
I do too.
um, it'd be really interesting to see is he going to be healthy enough to start week one and be
Yeah.
back fully from his injury,
Yeah.
or not. So you start week one against the Panthers, you get a little acclimated to the season, get a little ready for it. Like, oh, okay,
Hey,
got
DA
that
2-0.
done.
It's DA 2-0 and we won, baby. So I don't know. We 2-0. And a week after that, I don't know.
Week two
Week two.
at Dallas.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. I'm saying this. I'm saying this. What is it? May 16th. Week two at Dallas will tell you everything you need to know about
Yes.
the team and everything you need to know about how the rest of the season is going to go.
Yes. I agree. I
Mark said,
100%
will
agree.
Dallas be good this year, though?
I don't think so.
I mean, I guess it defines it. It's what you define as good, but
Well,
also
I
too.
don't think they will win. They won 12 games. What, 3 seasons in a row? I don't think they hit 12 this year. Put it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Here's what I asked though. We were talking about this recently in the Discord. Has Da shown an ability to beat a good team?
No.
and
No.
and and as bad or whatever the Cowboys or the regression that they may have, I know people have takes about Dak, but they have Dak, they have Booty Bandit, they have Demarcus Lawrence, they have CD Lamb. Will Marshawn Lattimore be covering him? Which I want Marshawn to be on the team just for that matchup, bro. Like that's
Oh
football
yeah.
porn, right? I don't see a win, bro. I don't see it. I'm sorry, I don't see
Neither
it.
me, man. Neither me. I can't predict the win right now. I
No,
can't. No. I can't.
I can't either. So we give them both L's. Okay. Now flipping around, keeping in the NFC East, all coming off a loss, back home against Philly, who probably will have Jalen Hurts, who is not going to be Gardner Minshew, the iconic Dennis Allen and Traquan Smith uh, locker room photo that will live in infamy. There are a lot of things that went bad with the Eagles last season.
Really bad. Like that's the most underrated thing ever. Like they won. Well, did they go like 10-0 or something like that? Or win 10? They won
Yeah,
like 10
bro.
games,
And
and
then
then
like imploded,
it's crazy. Like what happened?
but also like must be nice.
I know, right?
Can we have that again, please? Um, I'm at the point where I gotta see it. I gotta see it. Can they beat the Eagles? Can they stop a mobile quarterback in Jalen
No,
Hurts finally? I'm 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 gonna say no, bro.
no.
Okay. Okay. So that's 1 and 2.
1-2.
Mark said Foskey contains Hurts. Even Greg Cosell was like, "Can we get this man some snaps, please? Like, can he play? Can he play?" No, Greg. I guess not. Um. Then week 4, you go to Atlanta. Maybe it's against Kurt if he's fully healthy. Maybe it's against Michael Penix as a rookie. Um. And then in this scenario, they're 1 and 2.
They 1-2, bro. Like this is I wish I had the dates on here. This is a Sunday game, right?
Yeah.
Um, so I mean,
Every game is a Sunday game except the ones I notated.
bro. Oh, okay, I got you. It's. I mean, if they're going into this game 1-2, bro, like they, this team gonna be ready for the Falcons. They gonna be ready, bro. They gonna be ready. Even with Kirk, it's gonna be a good game, but I'm not. I'm not predicting a loss to the Falcons. I ain't doing it. Ain't doing
Okay.
it.
Ryan says not in his blood, it's not in his genes. Can't do it.
Mm-mm.
L. Um, the re- the reason why I'm giving them the L is I think they split with the Falcons ultimately for the season, and if they're gonna take an L to the Falcons this season, I'd much rather it be the game that we're not all at together. So that's only my logic. Because I you know what? I'm just going down to it, bro. I'm gonna put the wins right there. Don't
Okay.
gotta talk about it. Don't gotta talk about it. That's the meetup game. Those are dubs. Those are dubs.
Yes.
Period. Period. So right now with me, they're sitting at 2-3. With you, they're sitting at 3-2. Which it seems like it's a lot, but it's not really, right?
Yeah.
Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Okay. At KC.
No. But I'll say this though, bro. I will say this. I am very fascinated because it's a Monday Night Football. So did have like an extra day to work on how you deal with Patrick Mahomes and their run game and all that stuff. I'm interested to see how the defense does against that offense. I'm just interested. I'm interested to see tactically how they take care of that. Um, but Spags, like we'll see what Clint Kubiak got, but Spags defense, uh, and then just Mahomes, like even if the
In
game is
K
close, yeah,
in
they keep the game
KC?
in KC, and they could keep the. I could see the Saints keeping the game close. I could actually see that
Yeah.
them keeping that game close. But Patrick Mahomes, bro, nah,
Nigga, we kept it close with Sean Payton and Drew Brees.
throwing the. I don't even remember who he was throwing to, bro.
Jawan Johnson at wide receiver, bro. Not even
Yeah,
not even
yeah.
at tight end, bro.
Jawan was playing wide receiver back then, bro.
All right. I have them right now at 2-4, which is sounding pretty grim. You have them at 3-3. Still a chance. Still a
I
chance.
mean, right now you have them at one
No,
and
I get
four.
no,
I
because
know,
I gave.
that's in the future though.
Okay,
I'm just saying that's
okay.
yeah. You at 1 and
Yeah,
4,
bro.
bro. Boy, shit getting hot in New Orleans. They go 1 and 4 like that, bro. Shit getting hot.
And at this point, if more so with mine, but even like 2-3 is not whatever. But if Derek Carr ain't playing well,
I'm so
the
interested. I
whole
wonder if they are that way. Like, I wonder how they're losing. You know what I'm
it'd
saying? Like,
be fascinating to see. Like, are they getting like? Is it not close? Like, are
is
they
it
just
not
getting
close?
embarrassed?
Is it like last year where the offense is constantly disappointing, or is it the defense that's just letting teams get away from them, or is it like coaching malpractice? Late game management and stuff like that. I'll be interested to see how they lose. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Because last
right.
year it was all Pete Carmichael. Last year it was Pete Carmichael. Pete Carmichael. Pete Carmichael. What will be the reason this year?
Talk about it. Talk about it. Because like, okay, so this is also something to keep in mind when going through like, an activity like this. Excuse me. Um, I think I always focus on as when you're thinking of games, you always got to think about the coaching matchups, right?
Exactly. Huge.
So let's just go. This is not win or loss. We're asking this question in terms of is DA a better head coach or is the opposing a better head coach? Listen, you know, head coach, head coach matchup. I'm going to ask you who has the upper hand. Okay, Carolina, Canales, DA.
I don't know.
Don't know.
I
Okay,
can't answer.
let's say that's a wash.
No.
Okay, McCarthy, DA,
McCarthy.
McCarthy. Dallas has a head coaching matchup. Uh, what's his name? I'm blanking on his name. Philadelphia head
Sirianni.
coach. Yeah, Nick Sirianni, DA.
Sirianni.
Sirianni. Actually, instead of a wash, I'm going to put that so people don't think it's Washington. Okay. Raheem Morris, DA. Feel like that's like a
Yeah,
wash, honestly.
yeah, it's a Walsh.
Okay. Wash. Casey.
Andy, obviously.
Uh, this to me is a
It's a
wash.
tough one. It's a
Top
tough
Bowles and DA, bruh.
They like this.
For
But
that, like
DA
I'm
get
saying,
But Ty get the wins, baby. 3 times Tennessee top champ, baby.
You go. Is it that much of a difference though? Like,
Really not.
I go. I'm giving that a wash. Okay. Mm, we'll talk about that soon. Uh,
Yes.
Jim Harbaugh, wash. We said this was a wash. Um, or it's Kevin
Stefanski.
Stefanski, right?
Yeah.
Bye. The bye is the winner. Um,
McVay.
we saw that murder scene in person. Uh, Brian Dable. I would say it leans closer to a wash, but he took a very not great Giants team and won the NFC East in his first season.
It's true.
And Da has never done anything with Daniel Jones. Ryan, Da hasn't done anything close to that. I don't know. It's probably more fair to say that's a wash, but I think that is you can't like understate that because Da's never done anything remotely close to that.
Yeah. Ah, I don't know.
I'll give it a wash. I'll give it a wash.
It was, yeah.
Okay.
I, I give
Dan
I
Quinn,
give
right?
Dan Quinn. I
You
give
gonna give
Dan
it? Oh,
Quinn his.
yeah.
I
I mean,
give Dan.
he took the Falcons to the Super Bowl. I get it.
Yeah, I give him that.
Lafleur,
Yeah.
and we said that was a wash. So out of the 16 games that you're playing, in terms of coaching matchups, you are going to potentially be outcoached in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games. That's more fucking games in the guy. That's like more than half the games in your goddamn schedule, Ryan.
Yeah, bro. It's facts, man. And that's not even including the new coaches. So,
Like we saw what Canales was doing with Da's defense in that first matchup against Tampa Bay with Baker Mayfield. Now,
right.
Da got his revenge in the second one, but that's why I
Yeah.
say that's more of a wash. But whoo, Mitch said I put $100 that the Saints do go 1-4. Any takers? I mean, I don't bet like that, bro. Oh, don't go for 1-4.
Um,
I
keep
don't
my
bet like
$100, bro.
that. Tampa Bay, the first Tampa Bay game in home. This is interesting to me. I'm gonna give them the win. I'm gonna give them the win.
See, I think I'm gonna go L here.
Okay, so if I give them the win and you give them the L, even at this point, and just doing this exercise, you have them at 2-4. I have them at 2-4. Like we both got the 2-4, but
Yeah,
very different paths to get to 2-4.
there were different paths.
Um, Rucker,
L.
that video you posted.
Good, bro. I know this coach. I know Sean Payton.
We know him, bro. We know him.
I know him
What?
too
You remember
well.
that game? You remember that first game he played against Greg Williams when he was back as DC, bro, as a defensive coordinator?
Clown had hill high tower catching deep passes and all that shit. I mean, we go back to '06 when he played Parcells, the
Yep.
Dallas Cowboys. You
It-
know,
anytime he could try to embarrass,
touchdown passes to fullbacks.
anytime he Mike Carney, he caught 3 that game.
Mike
Oh my
Carney.
god,
Yeah.
I'm a fucking sicko. Holy shit.
I kept thinking
Um,
Cimino. He's a fullback.
but
I mean, a
any
linebacker.
anytime he has the ability to like make the Packers look bad for not hiring him. Like we know this coach, bruh. We know this coach.
Doesn't matter. And he's going all that week. He's gonna love my time in New Orleans. I still own a house down there. It's my favorite place, my favorite place in the world. The fans are great. Blah 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 blah. He come in and lay that wood down.
Wood,
Lay
nigga. Dick
that
dick
wood
in
down.
that bitch.
People can talk about the talent on the Broncos roster. They can talk about, oh, you got Bo Nix, blah 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 blah. Don't matter. It
Don't matter.
He's gonna scheme that shit up, and he will have them players like they played at the Super Bowl. Trust me, I know this coach.
We
Like,
know,
yeah,
like people were saying, well, the Broncos are like going to be coming off on like a short week. It does, and Sean's record of coming off short. It does not matter.
what's DA? What's D rank? DA rank so short week? Damn it. Like, what?
No,
That
man,
boy
man, no won a Super Bowl and with the two NFC Championship games. But like, what we doing, bro?
stop it, man. Has DA
Um,
won a Thursday night game?
yeah, that first Panthers game, the last
That's
season.
Thursday night.
Yeah, it was a Thursday night game. Or
Oh,
was that a? It was no, it was
no,
Monday night. That was the Monday night.
that
That was
was
the Monday.
Monday
It was
night.
a
Yeah.
that was the double Monday night header. Um.
Hey,
Oh,
Arizona.
so
That was
Arizona. Who did we play?
Jaguars.
Yeah, bro.
Arizona
He had
Jaguars.
no
Rams. He didn't win any.
0-3, bro.
Mm-mm.
but we but people breaking up Sean Payton.
Nah, bro.
Nah, bro. That. Whoo. Y'all want to see a dead body? That's what that game is gonna be like. So at this point, we just going through this exercise, bro. Like we trying to be hopeful, but we just going through this exercise. At this point, we have them at 2-5.
Mm.
At 2-5, like that is picking. When someone's saying Bo Nix, come on, man. Bo Nix is not it. It does not matter who it is.
Don't matter.
It does not matter.
Little Jordan Humphrey gonna be throwing touchdowns, man. It don't matter.
Like, don't like people forget that like for a minuscule second, the Monday Night Football game where the Saints played against the Dolphins and Ian Book had to start. Like they didn't win that game, but there was no way that we should have even been remotely as close as we were into it as long as we were into it with Ian Book at quarterback.
Ian Book.
So
Man,
please.
won games with Taysom Hill at quarter. Like, come on now.
Brock said the Saints have become fully and emblematic of DA, the best of the mediocre. So they beat up bad teams, get demolished by anyone competent. DA the DC is the same way. Beat Arthur Smith, gaped by McVay. Facts,
Straight up.
Brock. And the thing I go back to when I talked about this last season is that the longer he's in place, the longer his like losing culture
Hey,
and just being mediocre like just goes to like the players. Like
I
ugh.
mean, bro, if we got to this point though, yeah, like if we were accurate with our prediction, ooh, that locker room, because it's already holding on like for dear life. You know what I'm saying? Mickey Loomis had to come in there and give a speech at the end of the season and all that. And you're in or you're out and da 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 da. Boy, get to this level again, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Whew. Because like I said, if that's 2-5, like that's picking top 3, top 2 in the draft territory, bro. Like
Yeah,
that at that point we going to mock drafts, and I'm like, all right, let me watch some Quinn Ewers from Texas and seeing if his tape better than Spencer Rattler. Should we just go with keep Spencer Rattler and go at different positions? Like that's where it is, Ryan. At that
yeah,
point.
bro.
Uh, and then after Thursday night football, you get the mini bye, and then after you come back from the mini bye, Caitlin, shout out to Caitlin for joining us. She said Da needs to be gone the second we get shellacked on Monday Night Football by the Chiefs. I hope so. I hope they beat the Chiefs. Like, I want people to understand, like, when we're doing this exercise, we're not like hoping that the Saints lose these games. I want
Hell
to be
no.
clear with that, right? This is not doom and gloom.
You
We
know
we
how
don't
fun the Zoom will be if we beat the Chiefs, bro?
the,
You know how fun that would
but
be?
nigga, the Chiefs. Could you imagine if we beat Dallas?
Oh, show me something, DA. Show me. Prove me wrong.
Please, bruh. Please. So they get a mini bye, and then after that they come back and they have Jim Harbaugh, Justin Herbert with crappy offensive weapons in the Chargers in LA.
It's a tough one. Like I mean, I believe in Harbaugh, Love, Justin Herbert. That's a game they should win. But there's that Charger thing just gnawing at me. Like, hey, Chargers,
Mm,
Chargers
mm-hmm.
be charging, bro. Maybe Harbaugh will have him good enough to where the Charger thing won't. But man, Chargers do Charger. But and then the Chargers home. At home that like playing
We
there
it,
that like every
that's a meetup game.
it's a meetup game. I have the West Coast contingent out there. Ooh, L. That's a lot. Shut Harbaugh, bro. That's the coach, man.
That man about to run deep dick running plays down our defense, bro.
Uh, he gonna have design runs for Herbert. I'm telling you, you gonna see.
At this point, Ryan, they would be on the season. They'd be 2-6. We're doing this exercise.
Ooh-wee.
Um, then they get Carolina. Okay.
Oh,
Woo. Carolina. I'm giving them a win, bro. I'm giving them a
give him,
win.
give him a win.
We sweeping the Panthers again. Okay.
All right,
Whew.
two in a row, baby. We got 2 wins in a
All right.
row.
All right.
You know,
All right. Demon Tom Slom said there's no way he's not canned at this point.
I,
Listen,
man, have y'all not followed this team long enough?
I think if they were at this point, this is how this shit would be, Ryan. They would make a decision not on these games, not on the games from the last 2 seasons. They would make a decision strictly based on what happens in fucking week 11, bro.
Yep.
Well, they go out and beat the Browns at home, like. But if they don't, right? Oh, then I
And
could see if
here's the
they.
thing. I could also see the division being completely up in the air still at that point also. And the Saints would be still in the mix for the playoffs, just like last year. They're like, oh, we're still in the mix. We're still alive.
Shit, will we be in the mix at what, three
Yeah.
and 3-7, bro?
Yeah,
Wait,
bro.
four and
Oh,
4-6.
because they
Yeah,
beat Carolina
yeah,
twice. They beat Atlanta.
yeah. You're right.
It's still be in the mix, bro.
So this becomes like a precipice game, right?
Ooh,
Um, you got Nick Chubb, Nasty Man, um,
could have been our QB.
oh, Jerry Judy, Njoku,
Mark Cooper.
and and Jim Schwartz had that defense humming, and you got
Yeah.
Miles Garrett going against who at left tackle?
Don't know. Don't know. Pitting. Uh, fun guy. Whatever. I don't know.
Fun guy.
I don't know, bro. It's gonna be. Ooh-wee. It's gonna
Fun
be
guy.
interesting. It's a hard game to predict for me.
It is, man. It's a hard
Deshaun
game.
Watson has been so bad.
But wouldn't it be
And
some
like,
shit if like he had gotten benched at this point and gotten hurt again and Jameis Winston comes into the dome, bro?
oh my God, please happen. Please.
He just come out there just slinging that bitch, bro.
Slinging
Like,
that bug. Slinging it. Go through like 2 picks, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks.
Wayne said I'd rather lose to Jameson to 22. Easily.
For real.
Easily. Easily.
Man, I'm trying to figure out what I go here.
Ooh, it's tough, bro.
I'm predicting I'm predicting the offense at this point is like on a nice little run. I'm gonna go dub here.
Okay.
I'm gonna go dub here.
This is a hard game. Like of all the
Mhm.
games we've picked up to this exercise, this Browns game is like the toughest,
It's
honestly,
tough,
for me.
man.
I'm going to trust. I'm just going to go with coaching and trust past prior experiences. Going with the L,
Hell,
bro. Just go with the L. Um,
in your
we'll see though.
scenario, in your scenario, I think Da in trouble.
Oh, at this point, if
Yeah.
this is what the season is going into the bye, right here, I think he might be gone, bro. I think he might be gone.
In my scenario, I'm thinking he solidified for the next season.
Oh my
Just
god, bro.
based off that one game, just based off that stretch right there, I
But
think he solidified.
maybe we'll see. Okay, so also let's if going with my scenario, right? Going with what my scenario is at this point. If it ends up being like this, it would not shock me at all if we start if we start hearing some of the same things that were coming out of Oakland or not Oakland, Las Vegas with Derek Carr regarding like
Mm,
guarantees, maybe needing to sit him down, make sure he don't get hurt, so no guarantees happen.
mm.
You might have a little hashtag rattle my balls coming in. I'm just it in my scenario, that may be a thing that may because listen, I'm not saying, but listen, when you think of putting a rookie quarterback in a position to succeed, right? You're coming off a bye, you make that transition, and then it's a home game against the Rams. So home games, but it's against the Rams. There's no Aaron Donald. No game is going to be an easy game for a rookie quarterback to play. It just doesn't exist unless you're Robert Griffin
Yeah.
III playing the Saints in Week 1. Um, but in terms of if they were at some point legitimately going to make a move for maybe to void some of Derek Carr's guarantees, whatever, and wanted to see what Rowler could do for like the next 5 games of the season to maybe know if they have an answer, or maybe if maybe they got to pick a quarterback in the draft, or maybe they don't. Maybe they got him. They got to. There's other players they can draft. There's not a better time to do it in the season than coming off of this bye.
Oh, no question. I think that'll be like that would be all the talk. Like that'll be all the talk at that point. But it also depends how Derek Carr's playing at that point. You would think if
Absolutely,
they lose, you would think if they're losing like that, he's not playing well.
you
You
think so,
know.
right? So that's the crazy thing, right? In this situation, either situation, either the offense could be playing well and the defense has completely regressed, or the inverse of that, the defense is playing well and the offense is just not clicking. And maybe the offense isn't clicking because Derek Carr just is not playing well. He's just playing like crap.
Yeah.
Or it's just not gelling. Whatever, right? But like you said earlier, somebody got to get the blame.
Yeah.
Somebody getting the
Somebody.
blame. All right, so coming off a bye, you at this point you have them at 5 and 6. Okay, you have them at 5 and 6. I have them at 4 and 7. Woof. One game apart though, and ain't it crazy? Like that's a one game difference, but it also sounds tremendously different at the same
It
time.
really does. It really does. 5 and 6 don't hit as hard. You know what I'm saying? But
No, bruh.
four
But
and
you say
seven,
4 and 7? Like,
man, you might be picking top two.
bitch, right? After the bye, get the Rams.
Yeah.
It's an L. Okay. I'm gonna say this. I too believe it's an L if Derek Carr's a quarterback.
Mm.
If they come out of the bye and have made changes in either Clint Kubiak is the interim head coach and Derek Carr is benched and Spencer Rattler is the starting quarterback, to me that's a win. I'm saying the vibes, like the locker room, they are gonna come out like they gonna put on a show. Like Spencer Rattler gonna be like, that's my prediction. Now Knowing them, that's probably not going to happen because they don't make moves like that. So I'm giving them the L until But I will say I have a right to change my prediction if things change. Like if it's Rattler time, bruh, it's a win. I don't care. I don't
I
care who.
will say this. I will say this though. I mean, even though the Rams cooked them last year. I mean, coming off a bye, I mean, they might have something for them, bro. I don't know. They might have something for them. Who do we play coming off a bye last year? I'm trying to think. I can't remember.
Oh, that's a good question.
I can't remember.
Hold on. I will tell you. Um, it was the Falcons game where we got mollywopped.
Well,
That was the one Bashan Robinson was running all like
yeah, there goes that theory.
it.
But
Also a game that they made Desmond Riddler look like a decent quarterback for one fucking game, bro.
Derek caught through that pick six, and then was like,
Just
"Good job, guy. Good job. Heck of a play."
that's what we got after a goddamn bye last season, right?
Man,
Oh, it's just
man.
funny, kind of just go back and just like last season seems like it was so far away, and it kind of
Yeah.
was, but also like bro, like oh shit. Anyway, they go to New York. Man, I would love to be able to try to maybe figure out some type of a Saints Block Party podcast away meetup in New York for the Giants game.
Oh
If you're
yeah.
not a Patreon, if you're listening to this, YouTube, subscribe YouTube, like on YouTube, like on Spotify, like on Apple Podcasts, Saints Block or Patreon.com/Saints Block Party. So, please
Real.
get us
Please.
to New York. Um, got them winning against the Giants, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got,
Giants sneaky number one overall pick to me.
they are, bro. They are for sure.
Could be wrong though. Like I do like some of the defense. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean they
Yeah.
got Kayvon, they got Brian Burns. So they got a front four,
Yeah.
right, which goes a long way. Home
Yeah.
against the Commanders, you got the Jayton Daniels homecoming game. Um, it's week 14. At this point, one, two, three, four, five, one, two, six, seven, eight. At this point, 5-8. Okay, it's in 5-8, and it's like, oh, they can just go on this little run and win these last 3 games. They
Mm-hmm.
could finish the season and be 8-8, bro. I already know how the conversation's going, Ryan. I can hear it. I can hear it.
L.
Oh, you give him the
I'm giving him L,
oh.
bro. I'm giving him L. I think he's gonna be electric. He's either gonna be electric or injured at this point.
Yeah, you might be right, bro.
That's just how I feel. But I just I don't know. I feel an L here, bro. I just feel an L. Something about Washington, they just always rub me wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know.
They played the
And
Saints very tough.
they do, and it's a completely different franchise at this point. Um,
It is.
but I'm gonna go with the L, man. Just a mobile like Jaden Daniels, man. Like his mobility, uh, like he's not a scrambler, but like just as like a pure runner, he's so dangerous, bro. Like
Yeah, he is. He absolutely
and
is. I gave him a win, bro.
arm, yeah. Okay, all right.
Um, Hope springs eternal. I just give them a win. Don't know if
Green Bay.
they Green Bay, December 23rd in Green Bay. Um, Imagine it be like the Cleveland game, but probably even colder. No, although that honestly what might be to the Saints' benefit, but no,
Yeah, yeah.
no. Oh, sorry, I put the L for you, bro. I don't even know. My bad.
No, L.
Tampa Bay,
I give
final
us a
game of the
dub.
season.
I give us a dub here.
So I think they split with Tampa. So I gave him the win earlier. So it's funny. Like we flopped
Yeah, we
those
flip flop the
wins.
games.
Yeah. Um. So what? Let's see what we came up with. All right. So with me, they finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When I did this exercise, they had 7 wins. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I gave him like a. I think maybe I said that they were gonna sweep Tampa, and doing this now, I'm like, no, because I gave him a win for Tampa. I don't know where that other win went, bro. Do not know. But that's what
6
six and
and
11,
6 and 11. Is that what it is now? Yeah, yeah, yeah. 6 and 11.
and then yours is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Six, seven,
6, 7, 7 and 10.
7 and 10.
And when I did this without doing it like I just did it, I came up with 7 and 10. So somehow I gave them another loss along the way. Somehow I don't know. Um,
You got a L, probably ATL. That's probably what that is. Oh no, wait. You said you thought they split.
no, because I gave them an L for the first matchup, but then they're winning
Mm.
the second one. I don't know. 6 and 11 season and a 7 and 10 season. What would that mean for the Saints?
I mean, you can't bring DA back from that, right? Can't.
I would think not, bro.
Can't.
I would think not.
It's hard for me to see beyond that. This is me trying to be like
Pragmatic.
positive, like
Yeah.
positive and pragmatic, and I just maybe they could squeeze a couple more wins out the NFC South. Um, but this schedule tough, man. It's tough. The way the games fall is tough. You get Green Bay late in the season like that.
I feel like the schedule makers were fans of the podcast. They was like, "Oh, y'all want Da out this bitch?
We
Bet."
got you. We got you.
Week 2 to week 7, we got y'all. Just cooked it up, bro. It's a
But
tough schedule, man.
ultimately, man, like it's up to DA and the rest of the team to change the narrative, and they can go out and beat Dallas week 2. You know, go
Ooh.
out and beat
I
them
know
week 2.
if that were to happen, that will be our most watched episode on YouTube since we
Oh
started
man,
podcasting. Our most listened to episode, like recap pod, since we started. Like I know it, Ryan. Like it will be very similar of the wins that we had against Tampa Bay in prime time against Brady, like the pick six,
exactly.
the PJ
Yeah,
Williams picks, like those episodes and things like that.
and just imagine
Um,
what that does for the locker room. You get that win in Dallas. And, everybody start believing a little bit. They start getting a little swag to them. Like told y'all. Come, they Clint Kubiak cooking, run game cooking. Go up into Philly, punch Philly in the mouth.
That's why I said it when we were at on that Dallas game. That is going to be the game of the. It sets the entire tone of the season.
It really does. It really does, man. It
It,
really does.
that becomes a show me game, not because of it's being week 2. It's a show me game because of Da's past and his history, right?
Exactly.
You 24-46, like
Right.
week 2, Dallas Cowboys. I know they're not like they may have regressed. They're still Dallas. You got CeeDee Lamb. You got
Dallas.
Brandon Cooks. They have more elite players and blue chip players than the Saints do. Like
Period.
that's just the truth of the situation, right? And they have better coaching. So you got to go on the road, couple of hours away to Dallas, and you have to show us that this season is going to be different. Or because if you come out and you lose, and if it's like not close, bruh, I already know how the rest of the season gonna go. I
I
already know
already
how it's
know.
gonna go.
It will tell me everything I need to know.
Demon
It will
Tom
tell
says,
me
"What if they
everything.
start off 3-3 and 0? If they start this season off 3-0 with this schedule, because that means they would beat Dallas and Philly back-to-back weeks. Then we can talk. Like
We can talk. Like, I'm like,
then we
okay,
like, okay,
something's changed.
Is DA
Something's
here?
changed.
Is he
DA
here?
here. Something's changed up here. Clint Kubiak offense is like the real deal. Um, like that would change the narrative, man. That would change the narrative, and it's up to him.
Wayne said, then that would be a spectacular collapse if they started 3-0 and then just got back to the same shit, bro. I couldn't like because I think at that point I go back to this. If they are 3-0, that means they beat Dallas. That means they beat the Eagles. They beaten good teams.
Right.
Beating good teams matters. Sean Payton said it for years. Stacking wins, stacking them. Like let's go back. Hold on, let me pull that back up real quick. I want to see. Someone asked this question like how many games has Da really won in a row, and like as a legitimate question, I was like, man, I don't even know.
I want to say three is his max.
Yeah, I think it is three. So in this exercise we did, bruh, there is a two. Like I gave him two
Two.
games in a row twice during the season. You gave him three
Three.
games once in the
I
season, bro.
can't go more
You
than
can't.
that.
You cannot win like that in the NFL. It's not conducive to
At
anything.
some point, you got to go on like a 6, 7 game stretch
Got to.
and just
Got
stack the
to.
wins.
Simple as that. Like this part right here, this is super telling to me of our thoughts on the team because this is what they've shown us.
Exactly. Exactly. So
What they've shown us on
I can't predict outside of what they've shown us. You know.
period.
But they have a clean slate because they do have a new offense. Um, I wouldn't say a clean slate, but
Clean,
I'm,
cleaner
I'm
slate.
open. I'm open to see the narrative changing. I'm open to seeing it. I'm
Oh,
open to
me
seeing
too. Please change it. Please change it.
it. Change it,
Um.
man.
All right. We've gone an hour and 7 minutes talking schedule, meetups, fuck Harrison Buckner, all of it. Uh, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Thank y'all for joining on a late Thursday night. It's my Friday, but it's still late. It's midnight where Ryan is right now. It's 10 p.m. where I am. But we know how important the schedule release episode is because everyone's just like, "Ooh, just buzzing for the schedule." And I get it. I get why it's exciting. I'm not trying to. I'm not being sarcastic when I say that. It's a legit exciting thing when the schedule comes out. So we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Shout out to Dante in the chat. Brian, appreciate you. Everyone who joined late and everyone usually who joins is not on the West Coast. Some people are, but most people are not on the West Coast. A lot of people are Central Time, so it's late where y'all are. So y'all rocking with us at midnight. Like that's love. Like that's true love. That's family shit and sicko behavior, and we appreciate all of it completely. So um, I said in the Discord, if you're coming for the meetup, if you are interested in maybe having block rooms, so we just trying to be cost effective in this piece, right? Like so maybe try to see how many rooms we can get in a block and different quotes for hotels and see what that is. And so if you've already reached out to me in the Discord, that's cool. If you haven't, reach out to me if you're interested in potentially doing like the block room setup. So we'll have like I'll say this, bro. If we could get like a floor, like just all us on a hotel, bro.
Oh,
Just saying.
that's gonna
Anyway,
be hilarious.
just saying. Anyway, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We'll be back soon. Don't know when, but we will be back soon. Talking about Saints as per usual, as always. So thank y'all for just rocking with us as you guys or y'all always do, and just giving us love. And so we'll be back soon, recording another episode as always. And with that, we're out.
Peace.